Yo, what's good, everyone?
What's going on?
So this is being recorded the day after we pulled the engine out of the Camaro. Right now, me and John are on a little road trip. We are going to pick up the new engine that I'm going to be putting in the Camaro, which is an LS3.
It's a 2JZ.
Yeah. So it's a LS3 out of a 2010 Camaro. It has about 70,000 miles on it, and it's the motor and transmission. I'm not sure what transmission it is. The guy didn't even know, so I guess I'll just have to like look it up or something. But
manual, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna manual swap the Camaro.
Manual swap it, throw a LS3 in there. So it's gonna be pretty cool. It's only about a 2-hour drive, and we've already been on the road for about half an hour. So yeah, we're just gonna go pick that up. The guy wanted $7 grand for it, so I figured that's a pretty good price for LS3. And the trans, yeah. And it's coming with like the wiring harness, the drive shaft, and all the pedals, and just all the miscellaneous parts that he has for it. So that's cool. But yeah, I was looking around at a lot of other. I've been looking at like the LS1s and 2s and the 3s, obviously. And this is the best price I've found. All the other LS3s I could find for like 10 or 11 grand. This is the only one I found for like 7 grand. He had it posted for 8, but I got him down to 7. So I think it's a decent deal. So yeah, we're just on our way to pick that up. We got the tires in the back that we're going to be setting the engine on, and then we're just going to use the hoist to like lift the engine up, and then we should be good.
Yeah, so originally what I've seen is sometimes I've seen people like put the motors on top of like a wood pallet or something, which we have wood pallets and that's what we were originally going to do, but what a friend told me was it's better to use like old tires or something, because if you're setting the motor down on top of like the hard wood pallet, there's a possibility it can like damage stuff on the bottom of the engine. So like using a rubber tire to set the engine on top of is, I guess, the best bet, because it's rubber, it'll flex, it won't damage anything. So just a little word of advice to anybody that wants to try to motor swap anything or transport a motor, I guess just try to use old tires if you can.
Yeah, and I still had some old tires from my old car that I just wasn't using. So we're just gonna slap it on there, and when we get the engine, we're gonna take it back home. I bought an engine stand, so we're gonna put it on the engine stand. And then, yeah, before I put it back in the car, I want to put a cam in there. So I've been looking at a bunch of different ones. I haven't decided on which one I'm going to go with yet, but I definitely want to do that because it's going to be so much easier to do while the engine's out of the car. So, yeah, so that pretty much is it. That's what we're doing. It's about 7 o'clock. We woke up at like 6:30, left at 7. So yeah, when we get there, I'll try to turn on the camera and just record the engine for you guys. Alright, so we got the engine. We just picked it up and we just made it to the gas station now. John's filling his truck up. And basically here's how it's set up in here. So, got the LS right here. Obviously,
It's going in my 370Z.
Yeah. Got the factory air box right there. Got the 2-piece drive shaft. Some pedals over there. I guess we had to keep the pedals because the throttle body's electronic. And the pedal that's included, it has a sensor in it, so we're gonna need that. But yeah, here's how it's looking. The only thing is the oil pan is cracked, so we're gonna have to replace that. But we got the ECU and all that stuff, so it doesn't look so pretty right now, but we're gonna clean it up, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. So. Heck yeah, I'm excited. This is a pretty cool experience. We kind of just have it strapped in right here. The corners has the Hurst shifter right there. And then we got, these headers look kind of old, but they are BBK. I think it says it on the other side. Yeah, well, the strap's covering it, but they're BBK long tube headers, so. Yeah, this is it. The guy that we bought it from actually owned a shop called Right Way Automotive, and so hopefully he's pretty trustworthy, and there's nothing wrong with this engine. It's kind of hard to buy an engine and without being able to see it like start and everything like that, but he did have videos of it running, and yeah, it came out of a 2010 Camaro with 70,000 miles on it, so I mean there couldn't be that much. I don't know, there could always be something, but I don't know, I trusted the guy. So John, how do you feel about this experience?
I don't know, I mean we're gonna learn a lot, but it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, no it is not. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's just hard now seeing this fit in that Camaro, because it's a big old friggin' transmission. But yeah, we'll figure it out though. We always figure it out.
Usually.
Yeah. Pretty exciting though. But yeah, we're just gonna get some gas and then take this baby home. Somehow, someway maneuver it out of this truck bed and put it on the engine stand and start disassembling it. So heck yeah.
Quit it, motherfucker, I'm driving.
Alrighty, so we just got back to the house. We basically just hooked up the chains to the engine. On this side, we really couldn't find a bolt to put the chains through, so we just put it around the header, which I know is not the best idea, but we just had to do it. On this side, I did find a bolt that we hooked it up right there, and then we just jacked it all the way up, and then John pulled his truck straight out, and then the engine and transmission just came out from underneath his truck. So right now we're basically just unbolting this transmission, and then because we're gonna put the engine on the engine stand, and obviously it can't be with the transmission on the engine stand. So yeah, we're just taking it's just a few bolts all around the transmission that we're taking off and putting in that bag. So we're not sure if it's gonna pop right off or if we're gonna have to pry it off or what's gonna happen, so we'll get back with you. Alright, so this is recorded a few days later. I just forgot, after we took the transmission off, I just forgot to resume the video. So I kind of want to give you guys an update before I end this video of just where we're at right now. So here is where we're at right now. Kind of have the engine taken apart partially. I took the valve covers off just to look inside of here. Those aren't looking too bad. Let's see, I think these ones are loose. But yeah, I still gotta take it all apart, and then I actually am gonna take it to the machine shop and have them clean it all out and just check everything for me, make sure everything's looking good. And then by the time I buy the cam is about the time I'm gonna take it to the machine shop. So they're gonna probably install the new cam, the new springs. I mean, I might as well have them do it if they're just gonna be in there to take everything apart. So save me the hassle, and I mean they're not really going to charge much extra because they're already going to have the engine taken apart. So another thing that I've been reading about is these LS engines have the it's called fuel management, and they make fuel management delete kits actually that I'm going to try to get, because I guess when you're idling or when you're driving on the highway it kind of kicks it down to 4 cylinders, and I don't know, if I'm going to be putting it in this, I don't need fuel management. So yeah, I'm sure there's some other things about it that aren't good, and that's why people do it, the delete kits. So yeah, I just got to finish taking all these hoses off, all the pulleys. I've got to take the starter out, take the engine mounts off. Yeah, I drained the oil. The oil looks good. There's no like metal shavings or anything in there. The oil pan did have a crack in it, or it does have a crack in it, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. But actually I was gonna have to buy a new one anyways, because to get it to fit through there you have to buy a new oil pan, so that I don't really care about that. It's dented. It kind of looks like the guy like hit a speed bump or something and they just put some JB weld on there. So I don't know, kind of jerry-rigged a little bit, but I mean, I'm gonna be getting a new one, so who cares? But yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit better. They actually, I've been looking at, they make front end like replacement for the suspension for these Camaros for about $3 grand. So I'm probably gonna end up just doing that because I mean, everything is just toast. Everything is all rusty, and I was thinking about just getting like a mobile sandblaster out here and just sandblasting everything. But I mean, if they make a front end suspension kit that is fairly reasonably priced and I can just throw that in there, I'd rather do that and just have all new stuff because it comes with new brakes, brake lines. It comes with new, I believe it's coilovers. I'd have to look more into it, but yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that. But yeah, here is the LS. This is the old engine. Still got to figure out something to do with that. We got all basically the parts that I've taken off. So the intake manifold, I got the headers over there, got some belts, just some miscellaneous bolts and stuff like that. So I'm labeling everything that I'm taking off of this, and I'm sticking it in the baggie so I remember like which bolts go to where. So yeah, this is it. This is the LS3. And once I get it out of the machine shop, I'm probably just gonna let it sit for a little bit and then focus on the Camaro. Just getting everything ready for this, because what's the point of throwing this big high horsepower engine in here if this car can't handle it, you know what I'm saying? So still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the transmission. We got the clutch out and the flywheel, woo, and the clutch is probably gonna need replaced. I don't know, it looks a little bit worn out. So either the guy that had this, because it has 70,000, so the guy that had this either didn't know how to drive a manual or just beat the crap out of it. So that kind of sucks. But you can see in there everything's looking good. We got the Hurst shifter right here, 6-speed. Never owned a 6-speed before, so that's gonna be kind of weird to me. But as you can see, you kind of just got freaking crap everywhere that needs to be organized. So, I mean, these are the springs off of my Mustang, the factory ones. I got Mustang headlights, Mustang taillights, Dodge Ram taillights, Mustang intake, the old air intake for the Camaro, and the radiator, and just a bunch of crap over here. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna end up doing with all that stuff. But, yeah. That's probably gonna end it for this video. I'm not sure what the next video is gonna be, but yeah, I mean, this is basically the update. When anything new happens, I'm going to be updating you guys. Obviously, this is costing me a lot of money, so I can't continue I need time to save up to do things. Like, I'm not just going to keep dumping more and more money into this thing. So I'm going to do things slowly, but eventually it's going to be done. Don't really have a time frame for it, but yeah, I got the you can't really see in there, but all the old or the new like stuff in there. But it came with the drive shaft, but I'm probably gonna have to get a custom one made. So got the bike right here, finally got it put all back together. I just put this sissy bar on there, so yeah, that's turning out pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna end it for this video, and I appreciate all of you guys watching and supporting the channel. And yeah, if you guys are watching this right now, please go ahead and just subscribe. It really helps out, and like the video. And yeah, I will just see you guys on the next one. Thank you.